Algebra 2B, rather 2A, red class. Today is Wednesday. It is April the 19th. All right, so let's see if I get this thing right. There's a lot to be said. Those who have good memories, this lesson won't be a big deal. For those whose memories aren't that good sometimes, I'm going to try and narrow it down to just the main things so that when I go on exercise, I say, hey, remember the main things and you have most of your assessment good. The extra part, well, you might have to fix that. But again, those of you with pretty good memories that I checked last time, you should be A-okay today. With that said, a bunch of words: domain, range, x-intercept, y-intercept, maximum, minimum, and they missed a word on here. We will put it down here. Let's put it line of symmetry. They didn't have one, so I'm going to squeeze it here. Line of symmetry. A lot of words. Maybe let them look at the picture first, and then we'll throw in the words. Some of the words, I'm not even going to use it, like domain and range. They're a long time ago. So let's do this picture first. There's space on the bottom, there's space on the right. I'll go on the bottom. Here's what you're going to try and draw. You're going to try and draw an XY, XY plane. We'll put our Y up here because we know that's the Y. We'll put an X here, no big deal. We're going to draw a parabola. And then I'm going to put 3 numbers on the parabola. Or rather 4 numbers on the parabola. So let's see, I'll make my parabola in red. A little picture there. I'm going to put 4 parts. That thing is called a parabola. I thought this was a parabola up there. Parabola. I'm going to put rainbow inside for just common terms. Today's lesson is a vocabulary lesson. But for those who remember some of the vocabulary, not a big deal. Alright, for people not good in math, or people who've had difficulty in math, the first 4 dots that I'm going to put on here is what I want you to pay attention to. By paying attention to this, you might be A-okay today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it comes. Put a dot on the lower left point where the rainbow hits the ground. And I'm going to put the number 1 there. 2 is going to be its partner. I tried to put them together where their partner is going to be there. 2 is going to be the other part where the rainbow hits the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're halfway there. 3 is going to be the very top of the rainbow. And I should call this thing a parabola, but I feel like some people think parabola word messes with them. This red rainbow, parabola. Here we go to the very top of the rainbow. We'll put a 3. And then the last part. Now we used up all the parts of the key parts of the rainbow. Where it hits the ground, the highest point, and this next one actually isn't even on the graph. The graph is a red thing. It hits the line directly below that. So if you're at the very top of this rainbow and you threw a water bomb on someone, a water balloon on someone, it goes straight down until it hits them right there at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Today's lesson is, hey, if I give you a picture, can you identify the 4 most important parts? 1 and 2 go together. 3 and 4 kind of go together. Okay. Let's find out some names. Let's see what people remember. That way, if you have a memory, it'll be there. Anybody know what 1 and 2 are called? Intercepts and x-intercepts more specifically. So do me a favor, next to x-intercepts, put the numbers 1 and 2. See how you make this thing for you. Someone different, maybe initially than maybe for my kid. Anybody know what number 3 is called? The maximum. If this rainbow flipped down, it was the letter U, it would be called a minimum. This is the highest point in this case. So let's put down a 3. Where are you? I'm going to circle maximum, and then I'm going to put 3. Someone else? Hey, number 4. You might know what number 4 is called. It is a line of symmetry. Line of symmetry is number 4. That's the big deal. I don't know how easy that feels, but that's the big deal. What they're going to try and do by the end of this lesson is they're going to try and give them different names. They're going to try and put it in a real-world situation. Say in the real-world situation, what does the maxima really represent? Like, what does the top of the rainbow really represent? Or in a real-world situation, the number 1 and 2. Yeah, I know that the x-intercepts. They're where the graph hits the x-axis. But like, what are they in the real-world situation? So that's how they're going to try and make this easy scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4. Harder for you. So let's do this. On the side of 1, 2, we'll put x where graph. I'm going to use the word hits. The real word is intersects. Where graph, and I'll put graph in red. Let's actually put that too. This rainbow is the graph. The black lines, they're not the graph. The 1, 2, 3, they're not the graph. The red line is the graph. Where does the graph hit the x-axis? So where graph, because this is unit 5 and unit 5 is supposed to be a review, that's why some of the words that you saw, and I think we did this in unit 1. Unit 1 where graph hits x-axis. Hits x-axis. That's the official name of the line. All right. I'm going to leave out the y-intercept. If you want to write it in, what would we write in for y-intercept? I'm not going to write in, but what would we write for y-intercept? Not what number, but what's the definition of the, like if x-axis is where the graph hits the x-axis, what would the y-intercept be? It would be where graph hits y-axis. Now, I'm not writing that in. Why is he not doing it? He's learned as a math teacher that give them all the information. Sometimes it confuses them on the few items that he wants them to know. So for today's purposes, I'm going to stick with the ones I want to know. Maximum, what's the way of saying maximum? Someone gets maximum. Highest point on the graph, and in this case, parabola. So we'll use parabola for this case because it usually we got connects to parabola. So put highest point. Sure. Highest point on parabola / graph. Stick with parabola. Highest point on parabola. Number 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. The line of symmetry. What might we say for that one? That is the trickiest one. As a matter of fact, when I was trying to think last night, okay, what order do I want to put them in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the 1, 2. They can see the 1, 2. That's no big deal. 3. Anybody can see that's the top of the parabola. This line of symmetry thing, we're not used to using that term. The line of symmetry is a line that cuts the parabola in half. So we have a line of symmetry on our body where if you cut us, the same thing will be on the left and right. And a parabola always has the same mirror image on the left and the right. How do you know where to cut it? You cut it on the line of symmetry. So let's see, line of symmetry, line, or I'm going to put point that evenly divides a parabola. Point that evenly divides a parabola. Let's see, point. That evenly divides parabola. Point that evenly divides parabola. All right. Anything else we need up here? 1, 2, 3, 4. The domain. I'm gonna write. I'll just say the domain are your x values. Any of the numbers that are on the x line are called the domain. Can anyone guess what the range will be? Y values. y values, any values on the y line. We're not doing domain and range. I just want to say it one last time for you. So if someone said, hey, what's the range of this thing? Well, how tall is this picture? Oh, that's the range. The domain, how wide is this graph? Oh, okay. I got the domain. So whenever you hear domain and range, how wide is it? Domain, range, how tall is it? All right, let's try and see if we can get some answers now. We need pictures. Find 1, 2, 3, 4 on the pictures. We'll do it twice, and then the last time we'll say what the points mean, and then we'll give you your assessment to see if we can do it all over again. All right. Eventually we'll get computers. I'm going to start it with me, just me on the computer, and that way we don't add that extra part to whether you know how to find the picture. So there's the page 54. Let's see if I can. Oh shoot. See, the thing is, I need decimals, and right now, this. Come on, you could do this. You could do this. Dang it. Alright, this first time I guess I just won't use decimals, but the second time I'll have to. Alright, we're going to draw a picture and try and identify the key guys. You're going to be important. My friend down here, you're going to be important. Put stars next to those. And then I'm going to try and write the LOS. See if I can put LOS, line of symmetry, LOS, then put line of symmetry. All right, let's see if I can figure this thing out. First of all, there's a negative sign there. The negative sign flips the picture, makes it a rainbow. There's no negative sign to be the letter Q. This one we would just normally put it into decimals. I'm going to try and draw the picture and then see if decimals agree between the second to something else pictures and decimals as well. Nonetheless, here's one thing I know, which I don't know that we taught here. If I need to find out what the x-intercepts are, whatever the numbers are, in parentheses I just use the same but the opposite sign. So I know at -1 there's going to be a dot, and at +9 there's going to be a point. That's from me knowing it. I'm going to punch it to decimals, see what's there. You trying to figure it out, just type it in. You're going to get a picture. I'm just producing a picture for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's going to be a point there at 9. Then at -1, I hate the fact that they did a negative on this one. Let's see. I'm going to draw the picture. How tall is that picture? Should I just make it up? Let me go halfway through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This part you don't need to know. I'm figuring out for you. But that lets me know the halfway mark. And let's see if I can get that airplane up. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 would make a 5. I'll just make up my own number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'll go to 8. 8. All right. Let me sketch this picture. And now begin. Oh, that's not ridiculous. Whatever. Sketch the picture like fine. Once you get your picture in, I'm going to ask you to start labeling things 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll probably label 1, 2, 3, 4 just like I did before. It's kind of a bad idea because now the numbers that are there, like, okay, does it mean 1, 2, 3. So I'm building a fake picture to try to get you the pieces. Hey, why is he putting the numbers in parentheses? He doesn't want you to think that these are the numbers that are on the graph. Those are the 4 pieces. Here is your task. Your task is to put next to the x-intercepts the answers. Here's the part that I didn't do. You have to write your answers in coordinate form. So I will do one for you. Something missing? Uh, you'll we'll put it in coordinate form for you, and then the very first one, then you can try to put the others in there. Those who know how to write things in coordinate form, you can already write that, or as a coordinate pair. So if I was writing the first one, well, let me ask for the first one, just to get everybody started, then the others you write down, we'll get the other answers. Can someone tell me the coordinates of number one, of the red one? Uh, -1, comma 0 in parentheses. So that it would be a rainbow. If this negative sign wasn't there, when you put it into the computer, it would be the letter U. So in order for it to be a parabola that opens downward, it has to have a negative sign. You won't. It'll just be given to you. So good question. Either they're going to give it to you with it there, or I'm going to tell you, hey, everybody, you need to put it on. So you'll never have to get it. Is this one of those where I do it, or I don't? You'll never have to get it. All right. There are 4 tables. Who said that -1, comma 0? So table 3, you're out of it. How do you get to be 3? This is 1, 2, 3. This table I'm asking you for the other intercept. Try this table here for the maxima, and then that back table, Carolina, that I'll ask you guys for the line of symmetry. That one is tricky, so they're probably going to miss it. That's a long, long time ago. All right. This table here, what is the other x-intercept? We have the -1, comma 0. What's the other guy? Say it again. Oh, I heard it. 9, comma 0. And really will be this easy. They're just trying to see if you can identify the pieces of parabola. If we type this into decimals, just for the record, the picture would go all the way through and it'd fly down. And that's the part I wanted to. At some point, I'm going to have to just do it on decimals on my computer, so that you'll see that you're going to have to actually put it in decimals and click on the dots. All right, this table right here, we're looking for the maxima. What's the coordinates for the maxima? 4, comma 8. Yeah. So 4, comma 8. 4, comma 8. And then over there, what is the point for number 4, the line of symmetry? What is that one? Back there. So we have 1, 2. We have our 3. We just need our 4. Good answer, but it won't be that. If you count over just the right amount. Oh, it's that. It is the 4, 0, but then here's the bad news. So watch this. Oh, I have to be 4, so that's nothing. 4, comma 0 is if you had to write it as a coordinate, but it turns out the line of symmetry has to be written as an equation. It really does represent a line. In order for it to be a line, all you do is you write x, because it's on the x. This dot is on the x line, and that first number of the maxima. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, no big deal. Most of us used to that. 3, the guy at the top, no big deal. To get 4, if ever you forget it, it's the first number of the maximum. So here it happens to be a 4. You just drop that down. That's the x that chops this thing. All right, so they did that. Let's see if they don't have a picture for it. I need to create a picture. So the next thing that we'll need to do, we'll just have to. All right. Hopefully it's also recording when we switch over. Otherwise, people at home they won't have it. All right. What I was trying to show again is it gives you your 1, and you just click on it. So you're not going to be doing a lot of thinking. It's just, do you know where it is? There's my first x-intercept, second x-intercept. No, you're not going to do it for me? There's your maxima, no big deal, it's your friend. The official one would have been 425. The 4.8 that I did was so that I can fit on our little picture. But again, on the real deal, when you take your assessment, you'll have your computer, you'll click on that. Will it give you your the 4, the line of symmetry? It will not. You will need to know that the line of symmetry, just take the first number of the maxima. Take the x of the maxima, and then that thing is going to drop straight down. So right there, boom, you are good to go. That's the point on the x where it will give you what you need. The next one we're going to try and do, hopefully your things are in. I don't know if my negative sign, what it's going to give us, but let's do this. Go ahead and punch in on page 55 the picture. I'm going to come around and see what it gives. I hope the sketch is going to be okay. The good news is, if you take the sketches off, you can still put in your 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 are your x-axes, or rather your x-intercepts. Your 2, rather your 3 is going to be right up high. It's going to be your maxima. And then, boom, drop it straight down. So drop it right down the middle. Someone said that drop it like it's hot. Let's drop it and let's see what happens. Now, again, I don't know what the picture going to produce because I put in that negative sign. So there might be two things I might have you do. One of them, once I see what the pictures look like, will be probably to put a parenthesis around the entire problem. What does it look like? It's down below. All right. Do me a favor. I'm looking at hers. We're going to put a parenthesis around the entire problem except that minus sign. So what does he ask them to do? Otherwise, in decimals, it won't do properly. All right. So what does he want them to do? This problem here, are you going to let me write? Are you going to let me write? Once it lets me write, the minus sign that I had here, put a parenthesis around this and around the 2, and let the minus sign be outside of the parenthesis. It's not letting me write right now, and then put that into the computer. It's kind of random, but I have to use stuff like, oh, come on. What would I do? What would I do to make this work? I would unplug you and see if that matters to you. Unplug that and see if that matters. Tick, 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 tick. In the interest of time, I'll erase it. Here's what I want you to do. On your paper, put a parenthesis around it so that the minus sign is out like that. And then put that into the decimals, and let's see if it gives us what we want, which is a rainbow that hits twice. Good, yeah, I see on one. All right, so that does make a difference. Can you keep getting computers that are they not starting, or what are they not doing? And the long battery you can just plug in. If you are not in yours, smart, I would have said, all right, start the computers now. Say again. Say one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna come over. Your computer's not doing stuff either. Okay. See if we get a computer that'll do the thing. All right. Who knew technology was gonna mess up stuff? For those who have yours, do me a favor, write in your 1, 2, 3s, your sketches. What I'm gonna do is I might swipe your computer and put it in front of others. So YouTube or have it out. Is yours up to? See? All right, I'm gonna move it around. Once you write in your 1, 2, 3, 4, let me know. Once you write in up here, your 1, 2, 3, 4, let me know. And I'll pass it around. For now, I already have yours. I'm trying to see if we get another computer that will come up. And I'll pause this. All right. This second 1, 2, 3, 4 is the last of the easy version. So identifying your intercepts, your maxima, and your line of symmetry. The next time we do it, it will be in the switching the context. Okay, what does it mean? All right, so